couple of things that I wanted to ask you. One about the weight loss. You've played so much more at the four the last couple seasons, whether it was because of scheme and the fact that it seemed to work pretty well, or just because of the injuries and stuff like that. Do you feel like the weight loss will be conducive to that, or maybe to playing more small forward to be quicker on your feet?
I mean, as far as the weight loss goes and playing the 4, the 3, I mean, my mentality and my physical makeup is there. That none of that has changed. The only thing I've changed is, maybe stripping some body fat. But as far as the way I play, I don't think, my weight and, my makeup that's gonna change.
And with regards to the triangle, you were saying you see it as fun. Um, Phil has said that he wants to get you better shots, but also for you to be able to create better shots for teammates and for you to move the ball better.
Yeah.
Do you see that as something that's going to change the difference between you and Michael and Kobe? Is that Phil worked with them way earlier in their careers before they developed certain habits? How do you see your game changing, if at all, within a triangle this late in your career?
I think this new situation, the new system, well, I think it's going to enhance my game. Is going to enhance my teammates' game, and as a whole, we're going to be successful. My big thing is, I want to embrace what Phil and what Derek is doing. Uh, I want them to know that I'm in. I'm embracing this challenge. I know from being a student of the game and watching and knowing the history that it will work. It takes time. Nothing happens overnight, but it will work. And as long as I'm patient with that, then everything else is irrelevant.
Carmelo, John Schumann, NBA.com. Defensively last year, you guys weren't very cohesive, so there's obviously room to improve in that regard, but you lost Tyson, who was sort of the anchor defensive player of the year a couple of years ago. How good can you be defensively with this team and the personnel that it has?
Well, we want to be good, man. We Derek Fisher is preaching that. We all preaching that. I mean, that's the first thing that he's preaching. I know everybody is talking about the new system and the triangle and Phil Jackson, but the challenge for us is how good we want to be on the defensive end. Last season being the 24 out of 30 of, from a defensive standpoint, a defensive ranking. I mean, that's just not acceptable. It's not acceptable, and we will improve on that because we will focus on that, and we would challenge ourselves to be better, and the coaching staff would challenge ourselves to be better. So it's going to take a collective effort. Although we lost Tyson, we all know he was a great defensive player, great defensive shot blocker, defensive player of the year. But we got to do it as a collective now. We got to do it as a group, and we got to trust and we got to believe in one another. And that's something that we got to, distill today when we get out there to West Point.
Hey, Carmelo, Jared Zwirling, Bleacher Report. How are you? Good to see you back. I know you're very close with Kobe and MJ. They ran the triangle in LA and Chicago. Have you had a chance to talk to them at all about the triangle and maybe any observations or takeaways from watching film of those two guys through their days running the triangle?
I've talked to MJ. I've talked to Kobe. And I've also talked to guys like Scotty. I mean, other guys who was in the triangle. And the information that I've got back from them guys, like I'm just taking that and, distilling that into a bottle and applying that to my everyday life, my everyday game. That's why I saw some of you guys this offseason and told you that I'm excited about being in the triangle. I'm excited about coming back to the Knicks. I'm excited about the opportunity that we have as a team, being with this new system, being with this new culture. Overall, I'm excited, man. I feel happy again. I feel at ease. I feel, like I said, I have a lot of clarity, and I'm in a good place, and I can't wait to get it going.
Justin Rodriguez, Times Herald Record, back here. I just wanted to get your impressions about the team's first pick this year, Clay Anthony early, just what type of impact he might have, and if you'll mentor him in any way.
I'm very excited to see Clay Anthony on the court. He was in my eyes, he was a steal in this year's draft. A lot of teams passed up on him for whatever reason, and we was able to draft him. So I look at him as a steal. As far as what he's capable of doing and how he's going to help this team, we don't know right now. I mean, we haven't even stepped foot on the court. All of this is just observations and opinions and things like that. So I'm going to work with him. I've been working with him this offseason. I've been with all the young guys this offseason, up here playing, up here competing with them, up here working, whether it's in the triangle, whether it's in the weight room, whether it's just us hanging out, getting a chance to know each other. So I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody is going to bring to this.